is Dr. Anacleto, Millendez, the founder of the Beautiful Heart Foundation, and we are here at the Beautiful Heart Sanctuary, and I am very blessed that this morning I will be meeting a very interesting person, a woman with a beautiful heart, and I would like her to introduce herself. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Cora Baylon. My full name is Corazon May Bangoy Malyonga Viuda de Baylon. I'm 71 years old. I have 4 children, all married, age 48 to 38, and I have 9 grandchildren.
Professor Baylon is a well-known educator here in Davao City, and she is also part of the Beautiful Heart Foundation and one of the consultants of ABM International Consultancy. The first time she was seen on my TV program, The Beautiful Heart Show, was when we were creating a team of consultants to submit a multi-million dollar grant with the U.S. Department of Agriculture Food for Progress program. Can you briefly summarize what we have discussed the last few months regarding that proposal?
We got a proposal, a call for proposals from USDA, I think in about March, February.
Around April,
April,
first week of April 2019.
2019. And I had only about a month to write a proposal, which was about a grant of $10 million for writing a proposal on, easy to forget, but more on what we would do for Mindanao, for our farmers and women.
Yes.
I think one of the things that I remember well is that I had a lot of help from Dr. Millendez for his Green Ministries and ABM Consultancy. I was talking to someone also in California. His name is Master Beekeeper Efren Baconawa from Leyte, who was the son of a former regional director of Leyte. And we were talking about other products we would do, organic and others. We submitted it, but we failed to do the financials. So we're looking forward to the next call for proposal.
Yes, but today we will focus more on your life as a woman, because we have an advocacy, I Love Women. And in fact, we will have a movie of the same title, I Love Women. Would you share to our viewers your life as a woman?
I would like to cap my loving women in a career where first I love myself because I wanted to learn to be a real woman. As a little child in a farm, then a young teenager in the US at the age of 16, studying a year with 18-year-old seniors and enjoying life for 1 year in New Jersey, Rumson. And then I went back to the Philippines and I studied in a college in Urios as a scholar, all tuition paid, and I had 4 years to finish. And I finished with a degree of AB English, BSc Social Sciences, and History. And after that, I proceeded to take up my Master's of Teaching Economics as a scholar of Notre Dame Educational Association and Ford Foundation. And I graduated with my Master's in Teaching Economics in 1971. I think what's beautiful about that is I always retain my decision to stay as a woman, develop as one, and almost get married as one. I failed to marry early because my boyfriend of more than 5 years was a poor guy from Bacolod, and my parents refused me to marry until I finished my master's degree. So in case you know why, that's what happened. Eventually I got married in 71. In 72 I had a girl, and from 72 onwards I was a teacher of Ateneo de Davao University. My husband is a banker, he's an accountant, he's a political science, and he's a well-rounded man. We also did studies on cultural ecology. So together, is that as a woman, I will always quote, man and woman is unto the other useless each without the other. Therefore, I also quote the biblical saying that woman, you must always submit to your husband. But then, in my case, since I was also doing very well academically, I always said, give your husband a benefit of the doubt, love him, and take care of your family together. We climbed mountains together, we went to Bacolod together, we went to Ilbit together, we went traveling, and we had fun. So when he got sick in 98, what I'm saying is, I took care of him for 11 years, but I had to be both woman and man for my family. And I think that's a challenge for me. Being a gender-sensitive, trained person, I love women. But I think women, I'll show my bias, I think women can do what most men can, which you cannot also do what we cannot give birth. But I think together with men, we can create wonders and change the world, change the Philippines, and do best for the world and our children.
You said, but I'm more excited about your puppy love. Was it when you were studying in the United States?
Oh, yeah. No, my first love was, I was in third year high school in Turil, St. Peter's. I was the prospective salutatorian and he was a senior prospective valedictorian. So
Wow.
I like very intelligent men. He was Ilonggo, by the way. He got married earlier, but I'm kept in touch. He died when I was here in Davao. But unfortunately, my puppy love was, I think, always women compete with me for the men I love. I always have someone else. He was writing me love letters. I was falling in love with him, but his girlfriend became my first cousin. They never got married either, so he married somebody else. But for me, I believe that that kind of love was something that was doomed to fail, but it was a love that lasts forever.
Wow.
Diba?
First love never dies.
Of course. Up to this day, I will remember his name.
What's his name?
Antonio Peralta of Turil.
Still alive?
He died already 2 years ago. But he
What
went
about
away though.
the American who courted you when you were doing your
Okay. Okay.
exchange program in the US?
I was identified as an American Field Service International Scholar when I was in Butuan in 63-64 from Urius College. I came to Davao to compete with the students here of Ateneo de Davao, ICC, Women's, and the like. So after how many interviews, I ended up only with 2 other scholars. One from Ateneo de Davao, Dr. Daniel de La Paz, who is now a neurosurgeon. He's here in Davao now. The other one is Patricia Kitain, the sister of Attorney Kitain, the admin of Duterte, and me. Corazon May Bangoy Malyonga. I finally eventually married an Ilonggo from Bacolod, but my first encounter with with the male sex was going around United States on tours, speaking engagement, at the same time being a very good student in my high school, Ramson Fairhaven High School. There was someone who courted me. He was, when you're in high school, you are 18, graduating. But since I was 16 then, okay, I like the sophomores better. So I was in a choral group. That's why I like singing. I was in the choir singing, and there was a young man. He had a black hair, good looking. His name is Stuart Hammond. He courted
Say
me.
that again, ma'am.
Stuart Hammond.
Okay.
And then the other one is the basketball player, Barry McLean. Okay? So I had a basketball player, a football player, and a choir singer. 3 of them.
Wow.
I dated each one alternatively, but eventually I ended up with Stuart Hammond, who I wanted to be nice to until my senior year. But unfortunately, he did not join me for my junior prom. Junior prom is the best in the US.
Yes.
And the one who wanted to be with me was my younger brother, who was also 16-year-old then. His name was Gregory Busiccio, Albanian from Newark, New Jersey, the son of a scrap metal dealer.
Wow.
I live in the house in New Jersey for a year, so he was my brother. So I said, no, I can't be with you because you're my brother. And since then, he's been upset. And the one who wanted to court me was my brother. I said, no way.
So when you returned to the Philippines, more suitors?
No, did I have many? When I came back as a very robust and healthy 148-pound girl with rosy cheeks from my milk in the U.S. Walk ako. And I was wearing the I had, the uso at the time was, east hair, makeup with older one, high heel, manicure, and stockings. That was my attire in college. 65. I met my boyfriend at the time. He was my suitor. So I had two major suitors. A lawyer from UP Diliman who writes and speaks well. He became the vice governor, I think, in one city then. Still alive with each other. And my husband, Mr. Baylon, Stanislao Caños Baylon, from Iloilo, Barotac Viejo, and Valladolid, Negros Occidental. So after he wooed me, he was my boyfriend by July 3, 1966. He would visit me at home, but my parents would not allow him. At 10 o'clock, the curfew would ring. He would take me home, bring me home, but he was already a banker at the time. He was working with a bank, Insular Bank of Asian America in 67. Although he worked with a plywood factory before, then in 69 we were still together, but my parents would allow him to marry me. He was 10 years older. So in 69, I was
So you've been married to Mr. Baylon?
42 years. I was
42
married at the age of 23. When my parents could not say no, and I wanted to marry him, and he wanted to marry me, and we got anyway married in a church in Butuan. And we have 4 children
And
since then.
how many years you've been a widow?
I've been a widow since 2009. 2009, 10 years.
And after the death of your husband, did you fall in
It
love again?
goes, yes,
Can
sorry.
you share that love story after the death?
But I think I like to talk to more widows. Now, what happens when you take care of a husband who was sick with diabetes and he forgets your name for 5 years, but you took care of him anyway, and it took him long to die. In other words, I took care of him well, so he died only after 10 years. He had a stroke in 1998. He got well after 5 years. He had ischemic cerebral artery, he had diabetes, high blood, and all that. And then he died in July 4. He declared independence on July 4, 2009. So when he died, of course, you can tell that the children were lonely. I was lonely. I had a house and a room to myself. My children were all out of my house. One was in Dipolog, one is in Butuan, one was in Davao City. I had only one son with me, the youngest one, who is now in Japan. So meaning, you can imagine me in the house with helpers only, with nobody. And my brother was a policeman who had an adopted son. He said, "Ate, I'm leaving for Sarangan." I was a widow from July 4, 2009. And for 3 years, I pined over the absence of my husband. I went to the cemetery, Davao Memorial Park, every week. And I took care of my children. I still had 4 children, although already, I think 2 or 3 were already married, okay? Or even 4. 4 were married, and I had grandchildren running about the house, even when my husband was dying. So when he died, I had 2 daughters with me. One daughter stayed up front and one stayed at the back. Here I am with a house that was falling apart, the current, sira na yung atop, then everything. So my brother came over, "Te, I think you need someone to take care of you and your needs." So I have a panday, a mason, and a motorcycle driver. He is about 21 years old, and he's 21 years old, and he's been with me for more than 4 years. So, parang anak ko ito siya, ate. So, can he be here? He'll take care of you when I am away out in Sarangani. Yun ang origin eh. Pinatid yung adopted son sa akin. So, I took care of this adopted son ng brother ko like a nephew, like a son, like a mother, and a grandma. All rolled in one. So, he'd make panday. He would work from Monday to Saturday, 7 to 4. I paid him $350 a day. He went home at 4 o'clock. happy, she would have cash advance or be paid every Saturday. Ganun po siya. Anong nangyari? Because he had a live-in partner with 2 children. So meaning, pinasa siya sa akin kasi pakainin ko yung pamilya niya. May ka-live-in partner dun sa kanila.
So from the very beginning,
He had a live-in partner.
um,
Not married, single.
yeah, this man is living in with a woman with 2 children,
Yeah. In the house of my brother.
and then
He worked for me.
that
during
is
the
how
day.
you met
Met
him.
him.
Okay. Now after 3 years, what happened?
After 3 years, after him taking care of me for 3 years, making timpla my coffee, my lunch, protecting me in my farm on Saturdays and Sundays, planting, raising cacao and doing my office. After 3 years, I started to fall in love with him. And he started to propose marriage. Okay? I think after 3 years, he fell in love with me and I was beginning to fall in love with me. As a professional, I said no. On March 31, 2013, the year of the Typhoon Yolanda, I said, your contract ends March 31, 2013. You're going home to your mom. Why? Because I'm falling in love with you and I cannot have you in my house while we are together. So I said, you go home. What do you want for, what do you want as a souvenir of my love for you and your work for me? I said, I want a motorcycle, a Honda. Okay? So that was my first investment in my boyfriend. So he sent him home. I brought him home on April
With the
23.
Honda, with the motorcycle.
No, he left the Honda at home. We went on a bus to Leyte, Southern Leyte, on April 22, birthday of 2013, and I left him there after 4 days. But that's where the
So you're now in a
fell.
distant relationship.
Yes.
And I
Since
heard,
then,
yeah, I heard recently
yeah,
he had a motorcycle accident. The
2016.
same motorcycle that you gave
No,
him.
no. It was only a Honda Wave,
Oh, okay.
and we used it in the past to meet. We met.
Now he is still recuperating, I guess.
Yes, it was a raider, and he broke his spine and his pelvic bone, and he's recuperating, and he's suffering from intractable pain with an untreated pelvic bone and a spine pain.
And quite recently, I gave you a very special Christmas
I know.
gift
This one?
because you yourself have this intractable pain,
Yes,
and you tried it. We had
Yes.
an interview of that already.
yes.
And what is your plan about
For
this?
this.
What is your plan?
Okay. This is CBD. It's brand whole greens oil. It is supposed to be taken at least 2 times a day,
And
1
you've been
drop.
taking it, but
And I've been
what is
taking
important now is you
I-
plan to share this.
I plan to share this with all my cousins and my boyfriend even.
Especially
for his
your
pain.
boyfriend.
Yes, because he has sakit ang hawak ba? He has pain in his pelvic and his spine and he needs an operation. He has done therapy already in Tacloban, Eastern Visayas Regional Medical Center, and he has been diagnosed, has MRI and diagnosed needing surgery, and he is going to recommend it to SPFC. He has to come here.
Yeah, but what is now very important to realize that marijuana over the years was used by couples, lovers, for pleasure. They smoke together. Now with the marijuana oil, the CBD oil, you will use this together with your boyfriend, no longer for pleasure or leisure, no longer
pain,
for recreational
for
purpose,
curing of pain.
for
To
curing.
get rid of that pain so that he can walk and work and we can stay together and even plant or take care of cows or goats and all that. So that he can live a
And this will
normal
be
life.
very instrumental.
Normal sex life too.
Yes. So this
Diba?
is very instrumental
To our
as
being
you're
together
being
in the
together.
future.
And I'm hoping that the company will provide you with more of this so that you can continuously use this together and enjoy life together
Opo.
and love each other deeper.
Yes. I think this will help, no? Because my experience for the past 2 weeks about this oil is that I always had pain about 3 or 4 times a day, and if that works. So when you only prescribe 1 drop, it was good enough. I went into 2, then I went into 3, and I asked now it's 4 times a day. Okay, 4 drops in a day, and it's better, you know. As of today, less pain, but there's also there's a pain. So
But at least it relieves the pain.
yeah,
You had a good night's sleep.
very good. I slept
Maybe more exciting sex
ahead
life.
of everybody life.
Maybe more exciting sex
Hopefully,
life with your
when he's
boyfriend.
better. When he's better, he has
When
to be
he's
cured by
better.
this pain.
Yeah, yes, of course.
Because his pain always is in the back.
Yeah.
Hawak, sakit ako hawak. And his
I'm
difficulty
pretty sure
walking.
it will help him.
He is difficulty walking. So we're hoping that he can come. I hope he does. I don't know if he will.
Yeah.
But if he does, that will be something that will make me happy.
Anyway, Mrs. Baylon, your story is very inspiring, and all our viewers will enjoy watching this, especially if we produce a film out of your story,
Okay, I'll direct it with you.
and maybe towards the last part of your life, you will be the actress yourself. So,
Okay.
as we close this, please invite our viewers to follow you, to watch this film, to support your advocacies,
Yeah.
and to pray for your love life.
Okay. I would like to note, however, Doc, I need a legislation from the Philippines.
That's the most important thing.
This has to be legally used. This is only a gift from you, so I'm willing to use it myself. But I am doing something supposedly not allowed by Philippine laws. My children cautioned me about it. Ma, dili pa na legal ko pa. But I'm using it for myself. I'm not selling it.
You're
you know?
safe. You're safe because I'm
I
a
hope I'm
medical
safe.
doctor, and
I hope
yeah.
I'm safe. I have fear because I don't like marijuana myself. I am an anti-legal drugs supportive of President Duterte. I don't like drug users. I don't like drug pushers. So I don't like marijuana. But if it will cure me of my pain and my boyfriend gets well and he can walk and we can be together again, that will be very, very exciting, amazing, and fantastic. I'll pray for that as my Christmas gift this year.
Yeah, and we will make this personal
Hopefully.
appeal to our president,
Yeah.
Rodrigo Roa Duterte, to the chairman of the Health Committee in the Senate, Senator Bongo. This is one lady who is appealing to legislate the medical use of marijuana.
Yes po, because I will not use something that is illegal. There are options, we'll talk about it later, but I think based on my own use of it and from my own researches, from my aunt, my nephews who are doctors, my nurses, medtech, and friends and people in pain, they're saying, can we have it? So there is an increasing demand. I think there is an option, an opportunity here to share it with others. I like to start off by inviting the elderly people, those who are in pain, to be the first batch of users. So I like to organize all senior citizens, elderlies, and those in pain who have back pains to start helping me campaign for making the use of CBD oil, cannabis, or marijuana oil legal in the Philippines so that we can buy it from US through Dr. Anacleto, Belleza, Millendez. And what a good day to start today on the death anniversary of his mother. I like, Doc, to really request you to find a way how we can send this to many more who are in pain like me.
Just to remind our viewers that the #1 trust of the Beautiful Foundation is to care for the elderly, the sick, and the dying. And we will continue doing that with your support and the support of other men and women with beautiful hearts. The Beautiful Heart Foundation was born here in Davao City on December 19, 2005. So we are just hoping and praying that in the very near future, all our advocacies will be realized, especially the Project Green Ministries. And in Project Green Ministries, we would like that the marijuana will be legalized, especially for medical purposes.
Yes.
Maraming
That's my
salamat,
prayer.
Madam.
That's my prayer, Doc, too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Maligayang Pasko at manigong bagong taon sa ating lahat.